the Colts. Can Indianapolis sweep the series? The answer comes your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Today we reach Week 15 and we've got a good matchup in store between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. And able to take it. Past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. This will go for 5 up to the 33. These two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy. Second down, another run with Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Desmond King back deep. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. On first down, it's Watson. And right away, he lost the football. And that is going to be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference. So
they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Running left, Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
On any running play this called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. Crossover out of bounds right at the 25.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Paris Campbell. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
So I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 32-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That'll give them 8 that time, and it's a second down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
To throw again on second down, Watson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack. Texans football to start quarter 2. After 1, it's 9-0. Throwing on third down, Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now a handoff for Lindsey. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Here's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jordan. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Now it's Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Tight defense there on third down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, heal up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year? Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They're going to try and throw. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Watkins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Doyle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
7 yards, the pickup there.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he is across midfield from one 49 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. Looking downfield for Godwin. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
55 rushing yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watkins. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 3rd down, Watkins buying time to his left. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And way out past the 35 before he's taken down.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So we hit halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. Now, they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
To throw is Watson. He's going to air one out.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And now out comes Houston. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Grover Stewart able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
To try again after the sack. Watson trying to lay one up deep. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away.
And here's Rodgers on the return.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Second down, another run with Taylor. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 68 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. Really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll run for it. It's Mack. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
Incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Looking downfield for Godwin.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Back now here on EA Sports. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
105 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
On first down, it's Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The Colts on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
They'll run for it. It's Taylor.
And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On second down now, it's Taylor. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On second down, it's Taylor. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The Colts on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 16. On the handoff, it's Mack. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Watson.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. On first down, Lindsey into the secondary past the 40. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On first down, Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now left side on the swing pass, and they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
The So the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Oh, what a catch. It's Godwin.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
Watson looks to throw again. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Watson to throw.
Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. That catch good for only a couple.
And they ran just a little underneath route here on 1st and goal, but there's really not a whole lot of room to operate this close to the goal line. He's just not able to get loose after the catch.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started.
Watson.
This is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Chris Godwin.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans can take the lead with an extra point. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So the Colts now down 10-9. At time, a huge factor. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Back to throw.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. Well, Charles, the old
old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like open up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved
the
defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for Houston, it's just their third win on the campaign as they move to 3-11 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay.
Yeah. Turn me up. Then the tables and turn. Hold up, check me out. I think the tables and turn. Forget the bridge that we don't build. This time I let them all burn. They tried to count me out. When now it's the word. I bring in paper from the first to the third. They count me out. Now count me in. Oh, I'm hot. Sizzling. They count me out. It all begin. Right now. Catch me if you can. Total catch up. But I still can't even see him from the view. Got my check up. And now I'm trying to blow a bag or two. Proud of shoe. And all designer drip, get what I desire. Put him out. Is what I told him. Cause that boy, he on fire. Walking that thing and air it up. And in my bag a little bit. Remember my pockets in a jar. I couldn't build a little chick. They say that Trinity left his paper. You see that's a miss. Why you catch all my brothers ball and they shooting no bricks. Hold up, check me out. I think the tables and turn. Forget the bridge that we don't build. This time I let them all burn. They tried to count me out. When now it's the word. I bring in paper from the first to the third. They count me out. Now count me in. Oh, I'm hot. Sizzling. They count me out. It all begin. Right now. Catch me if you can. Never really care what they say. On God. Only ever care about one thing. Ching, ching, ching. Cha-ching, rackets. Hit the bank. Ba-bang, put you in your play. Wait, they done got me started. Without me, it's not a party. Ma, he got it rockin'. We bring havoc to your lobby. Tristan, he got shotty. They gon' copy cause we poppin'. Blues up in my wallet. If I like it, then I cop it. Hold up, check me out. I think the tables and turn. Forget the bridge that we don't build. This time I let them all burn. They tried to count me out. When now it's the word. I bring in paper from the first to the third. They count me out. Now count me in. Oh, I'm hot. Sizzling. They count me out. It all begin. Right now. Catch me if you can.
Who you a fool for this?
Murder on the bitch, so it's not nice. Oh no, oh man, I just made a mess. When I run it, ain't no stopping, I don't never rest. Down said hunt, kick a punt, then I make them catch 5,000 ones in the hour, I'ma make it stretch. I just made a mess, I got cash by the bundle, so I'll never press. I just made a mess, 50-yard TD with the winning catch. Oh no. I just made a mess. When they throw the pass, all I know is catch. I just want the bag, like a Nike check. All I know is flex. Bust the defense open, running through some. I don't know no plays on the field, I just free for 'em. Caught it with the left, but I'm better with my right arm. When they call blitz, hit stick, don't mean no harm. Oh no, oh man, I just made a mess. When I run it, ain't no stopping, on never rest. Down said hunt, kick a punt, then I make them catch 5,000 ones in an hour, I'ma make it stretch. I just made a mess, I got cash by the bundle, so I'll never press. I just made a mess, 50-yard TD with the winning catch. Oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no. I just made a mess, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. I just made a mess. On the sideline watching, so I make them clap it up, clap it up, now clap it up. Down and dirty on the field, make a mess and then I make them clean it up, clean it up. On the field is not a drill, $50 million deals. Yeah, we get the cap around. make a punt, then I make them catch 5,000 ones in an hour, I'ma make it stretch. I just made a mess, I just made a mess. I got cash by the bundle, so I'll never press. I just made a mess, I just made a mess. 50-yard TD with the winning catch. Oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no. I just made a mess, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. I just made a mess.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Jets, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Well, we're about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Jets. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Steps, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And taken right at the 35. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Wilson. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards the pickup there. Well, Steve. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Draw play. This is Hines. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be the call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Prescott. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's done. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Complete here. It's Hyde. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That is his 951st NFL reception. So 49 away from 1,000, but 951. That ties him with Andre Reed.
Oh, I love the trigger there because Andre Reed caught the ball any part of the field and specialized in traffic, similar to what we've seen throughout his career as well. Does not mind going across the middle and making big-time catches.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
3rd and long for Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a jet shaking up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. There'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it. Let's go.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves you that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. Third and short yardage. Prescott to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. He'll get this to Elliott. That catch good for only a couple. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Prescott. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. From the gun, it's Wilson.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Play action. It's Wilson. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And that is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. A give to Elliott. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2nd and 7. The give is to Elliott. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Prescott now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Robertson. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Now Prescott. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Zach Wilson and the Jet offense set to take over here. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Wilson. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson.
This to Hines on the drop-off. And it was a stiff arm there that threw him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Hines. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. It fights him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the side.
But here's what having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. 6-0 our score after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A look look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
On second down, right back to Hines.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. Well, you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time. It's a
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you've got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
And now headed the other way. They're across midfield.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Around the NFL, they're in the 2nd in Philly. And the Eagles out in front early. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. On 1st down, it's Elliott, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Let's go. Do this.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up 1st downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Elliott. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Elliott, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 3rd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And his kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now here come the Cowboys. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that will make this a 16-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Wilson. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So they wind up throwing it against your advice, but the result's still a 4th down.
Well, it did turn out to be a safe throw, and you know how sometimes coaches talk about using short passing game as a run? Essentially, that's what they did there. Now they can kick it away.
Here's the Jets punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. And defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
No, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. Down right around the 25. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Now Elliott. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
While no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
A try here for the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. On 2nd down now, it's Hines. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. So now we have Jackson slow to get back on his feet. Appears to be shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the team. Watch the team.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And it's incomplete.
They've given him a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson caught out left side by Robinson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Again, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Flush to his right. down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Dak Prescott on the offense heading back onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
The Jets going to take over now late in this first half.
Well, what a break here. Turnover late in this first half, and now they're set up in field goal range already.
With a chance to get more. So what you're telling your unit as they go out onto the field is very simply this. We've got 3 in our hip pocket. Don't jeopardize that. Let's attack and go for the big one here. Let's go get 6 and give ourselves a chance to really feel good going into the half.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On third down, Wilson.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And his kick is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this.
He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. and it's the Giants who have the lead as they approach halftime. The Giants still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, let's head up to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Lamar Jackson has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And as you see, they are currently all tied up with the visiting Washington football team. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Jets, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Second and 8 coming up.
They run again with Hines. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line.
A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Prescott from the gun.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Off the play fake, Prescott.
He's got his man. It's Gallup.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Frank Reich not so sure about that last call. He's going to go ahead and throw out the challenge flag. did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So Frank Reich had it right as his guys win the challenge.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
84 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Oh, yeah, good job.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And he fires one, but incomplete. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Good job over there, baby. Single. 34.
Now Wilson down around his goal line. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hines. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Hines. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On 1st down, Hines. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now the extra point. And the lead is now 24. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And this defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll run with Elliott, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Prescott to throw it. Dance, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. To throw is Prescott. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
I'm gonna hit you.
Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And they'll start on the ground with Hines. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Mike 15.
Here's Wilson. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They're on to the second half now down in Miami. And the Giants have now taken the lead in that ball game. Saquon Barkley, 117 yards on the ground. They'll run on first down. Elliott, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays. And they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Play action now. Prescott. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2nd and 9. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 93 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Play fake. Here's Prescott under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And a look at the next-gen stats reveals that sack occurred in all of 2.3 seconds. And you think you want to be an NFL quarterback? Looking to throw. Prescott. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's done. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Again, it's Elliott.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A 10-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. New York ready to go again offensively.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the shotgun, Wilson.
The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Greasy. That's 2 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl winners, multiple Super Bowl winners. So he's getting up with the legends now. Congratulations.
Breaks a tackle, and he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a gain, hard to argue against calling it.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, it's Hines.
And he'll have a Jets 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
On 1st down, Wilson. Able to shake him off. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Staying on it, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. That catch good for only a couple. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Elliott once more. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give to Elliott running left. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 1st down, it's Elliott, and he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. On 2nd down now, it's Elliott, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. A give to Elliott. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
New York's offense back out there and set to go. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10.
Here's Wilson.
Hauled in over the middle by Reagor.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Hines.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Hines. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll run for it with Hines. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go to Elliott again. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
Taken down at his own 7-yard line.
On 3rd down, Elliott. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. Another go-around now for the Jets offense. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's Wilson to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now it's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Elliott. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Throwing. Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Elliott. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Prescott from the gun. And that's Elliott, complete. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now Elliott, and he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. All day. All day.
On 2nd down now. It's Elliott, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott.
Taking it about the 1. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cowboys, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-2. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.
summer. Big deal. Whoa, here I go. I'm jumping out of green balloon. Geronimo, man, I like big wheels, 24s, and I let the paint drip like the hose. Whoa, big cars, suicide doors, I got scores. You don't know my life is hard. Make me wake up in the morning. Chinchilla for the wizard, cause I swear to clip. Queen Latifah, Rigo, living single, but I'm busy like a club. You ain't noticed I was gone yet. Summer just relax. I've been gone for a minute. Told you I'd be back, just chill for a minute. Last time I checked, you was on for a minute. Miss me with that, I'll be back in a minute. With my good vibes, man, I like good times and good. Plus I got my reclining, I'm watching Sita on the Wi-Fi. I cannot just go away. Can you bring me back to my old ways? Told my mom and dad I'm praying for some better days. On the good vibes, Friday to Friday. I'm looking for a highway to get to Mondays. And I'm so up there, I might be going sideways. Kamikaze Sundays, leaning on my Mondays. Baby face like Usher, I just want it my way. Relax, I've been gone for a minute. Told you I'd be back, just chill for a minute. Last time I checked, you was on for a minute. Miss me with that, I'll be back in a minute. With my pull up, chillin' for the summer. What's up? Rollin' with the big deals, tell them boys to pull up. You are not a big deal, hate to lose my number. Miss me with that, ask me did I stutter, so what? Tell your brother, sister, cousin, mother, lover. I'm real poppin' up in here, and I run it up in here. I ain't even from around here, man, I only roll with big deals, homie. Big wheels, got a big wheel. Cocky, with it, fresh, gang, shoot, gang, wanna kick it, that's a soccer fitted. Bruce Willis with the senses, white tennis with a clutch from Venus. I ain't never flew the spirit. Run it, I don't win it if I get it. Look, chill chick, I got a lot in my mind pit. Light skin and dark skin, you mess me like a sock. Coming with a banger, it ain't summer, but it's hot. Kids might just have to drop it, cause I want to start a block.
Only religion was the moolah. Made a couple million, hallelujah. Daddy was a to you. Called a homeschooler. Never did homework. I was going home with the work, no tutor. Used to have enough. Grew up with the hustlers and the killers. Now I'm kicking it with Puffy in the villa. Chillin'. Click full of zombies like Thriller. Got real, about to get real. That's just how I'm feeling. That's just how I'm feeling. Duh. I ain't trying to make a living. I'm out here trying to make a killer. Stack a couple million to the ceiling. When I touch down, I'ma burn it all to the ground. Make sure the whole world feel it. That's just how I'm feeling. That's just how I'm feeling.
Know I'ma feel.
Dog, that's just how I'm feeling.
Hey, Belly, them ready?
When I touch down, I'ma burn it all to the ground. Make sure the whole world feel it. That's
Them
just
gyal
how
a
I'm feeling.
red eye, never make right. Me, they a stuffy life, them a get by. Never bow for the fame, heads high. Never come so all them a see a tail light. Been a real from the ghetto. I ain't never gon' switch, that's facts though. Can't get me out like stain. I'ma grow tough, I'ma know pain. Haters talk with a bad tongue. Can't break me, twiddle be so dumb. I'ma be a giant T5 from doing it so big like Drake, I'm on one. My big box got me feeling so bossy like Lauryn Hill. Me, I kill them softly. This a girl rather fi be cold than naughty. Cause if my too loyal, then it's gon' cost me. And
That's just how I feel.
Yeah,
That's just how I'm feeling.
that's how I feel.
Dog, that's just how I'm feeling. When I touch down, I'ma burn it all to the ground. Make sure the whole world feel it. That's just how I'm feeling. Big boss, I'm a big boss. Up north, brick roads. I got the pump that'll make you jump. Don't you ever get it crisscross. Don't you ever get it crisscross. Don't you ever get it crisscross. I got the pump that'll make you jump. Don't you ever get it crisscross. Bet against me, that's a big love. You got to find out what count. I find and I get loud.
That's just how I'm feeling.
For more, you fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2, 3.
Tables and turn. Forget the bridges we done built. This time I let them all burn. They tried to count me out when now it's the word. I bring in paper, paper, paper from the first to the third. They count me out, now count me in. Oh, I'm hot, sizzling. Don't count me out. It all begin right now. Catch me if you can. Told them catch up, but I still can't even see them from the view. Got my check up, and now I'm trying to blow a bag or two. Proud of shoe, and all designer drip, get what I desire. Put him out, what I told him, cause that boy, he on fire. Walk in that thing and air it up, and in my bag a little bit. Remember my pockets in a jar, I couldn't buy a little chick. They say that Trinity left his paper. You see, that's a milk. Why you catch all my brothers ballin', ain't shooting no bricks. Hold up, check me out. I think the tables and turn. Forget the bridges we done built. This time I let them all burn. They tried to count me out when now it's the word. I bring in paper, paper, paper from the first to the third. They count me out, now count me in. Oh, I'm hot, sizzling. Don't count me out. It all begin right now. Catch me if you can. Never really care what they say. On God, only ever care about one thing. Ching, ching, ching. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Rack-case. Hit the bank. Ba-bang, ba-bang. Put you in your play. Wait, they done got me started. Without me, it's not a party. Ma, he got it rockin'. We bring havoc to your lobby. Tristan, he got shotty. They gon' copy cause we poppin'. Blues up in my wallet. If I like it, then I cop it. Hold up, check me out. I think the tables and turn. Forget the bridges we done built. This time I let them all burn. They tried to count me out when now it's the word. I bring in paper, paper, paper from the first to the third. They count me out, now count me in. Oh, I'm hot, sizzling. Don't count me out. It all begin right now. Catch me if you can.
Only religion was the moolah. Made a couple million, hallelujah. Daddy was a to you. Called a homeschooler. Never did homework. I was going home with the work, no tutor. Used to have enough. Grew up with the hustlers and the killers. Now I'm kicking it with Puffy in the villa. Chillin'. Click full of zombies like Thriller. Got real, about to get real. That's just how I'm feeling. That's just how I'm feeling. Duh. I ain't trying to make a living. I'm out here trying to make a killer. Stack a couple million to the ceiling. When I touch down, I'ma burn it all to the ground. Make sure the whole world feel it. That's just how I'm feeling. That's just how I'm feeling.
No, I'ma feel.
Dog, that's just how I'm feeling.
Hey, Belly, them ready?
When I touch down, I'ma burn it all to the ground. Make sure the whole world feel it. That's
Them
just
girl
how
a
I'm feeling.
red eye, never make right. Me, they are suffer life, them a get by. Never bow for the fame, heads high. Never come so all them a see a tail light. Been a real from the ghetto. I ain't never gon' switch, that's facts though. Can't get me out like stain. I'ma grow tough, I'ma know pain. Haters talk with a like Drake, I'm on one. My big box got me feeling so bossy, like Lauryn Hill, me I kill them softly. This a girl rather fi be cold than naughty, cause if my too loyal, then it's gonna cost me. And that's how I feel. Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling.
That's how I feel.
Dog, that's just how I'm feeling. When I touch down, I'ma burn it all to the ground. Make sure the whole world feel it. That's just how I'm feeling. Big boss, I'm a big boss. Up north, brick rock. I got the pump that'll make you jump. Don't you ever get it crisscross. Don't you ever get it crisscross. Don't you ever get it crisscross. I got the pump that'll make you jump. Don't you ever get it crisscross. Bet against me, that's a big love. You about to find out what cow. I find and I get loud. Lift off, it ain't nothing to cut the off. Stop frying, don't let it get soft. Covered in yolk. Wonder why I got the whole world this how I'm feeling. That's just how I'm feeling. Dog, that's just how I'm feeling. When I touch down, I'ma burn it all to the ground. Make sure the whole world feel it. That's just how I'm feeling.
I'm ready for more. You fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2, 3. Hey. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. Game time. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I just got 20, I'm running on empty. There's more where that came from, my money is silly. I feel it envy, not trying to be friendly. It is what it is, if you want me, come get me. Whenever you ready, no, I keep it steady. Yeah, I get the W, throw the confetti. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We bout that action, don't ever forget it. Squad of gorillas, the army, the navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine, if you want it, come take it. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I'm ready for more. Whole squad in the field, yeah, we tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. If you looking for me, you know where to find me. I leave you dusted, I leave you behind me. Switch from 0 to 90. If you do too much, I'ma do the almighty. You know I got it, you know I'm a legend. You know I'm the one, I do not come in second. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We bout that action, don't ever forget it. Squad of gorillas, the army, the navy. I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine, if you want it, come take it. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war.
What up, man?
So I'm back with my brother and we together. Don't hit too low, no, I need my legs. Coach, please sit him, young dog, can't catch. Send him to the bench, I done lost all respect. I'm gone do a D for me. This ain't come from the lead, I got money, take care of mans. Ride to the wheels, don't crash. And I hit whoever, long as we get past. Take it back to pay a touchdown. Whoever thought I have a buzz down. Still sticking to the script, going deep. Still trying to take care of my people. Football ain't all I know, that was all I chose. Back to the road for me. If I'm put back, don't need how we gon' need that step. Just let a young know that step. I never knew my broke down. Ready, sit, don't hit too low, no, I need my leg. Coach, please sit him, young dog, can't catch. Send him to the bench, I done lost all respect. I'm gone down. Ready, sit, don't hit too low, no, I need my leg. Coach, please sit him, young dog, can't catch. Send him to the bench, I done lost all respect. I'm gone.
They talking about making industry music. They want me to count to y'all, but I ain't gon' count to y'all, cause y'all went there when they ain't had a ball. He talking sporty, wonder how he felt watching his dog basketball. I had to tell my watch to stop, he don't like to pass the ball. That chicken, he talking big hit, I was kicking in houses for it. That's two different tickets, right? Oh yeah, they louder, boy. Them players lazy, they don't get no bread. Yeah, they be couching, boy. Them labels scouting, boy. They talking M's, only the 1,000, boy. They get too touched, and they get too foul, boy. I'm talking, you out of bounds, boy. They always screaming, Rich be snapping. I say the crowd, boy. I'ma lose the roof in the stain. Please don't test me like on that boy Johnny. And ain't talking dang. It's like everything look cut them drop. They go insane, they want a pitch. Ain't gon' get in the beef. I'ma just make them blitz. Run 4 deep in the sprinter. How that's your girl? And she in my rental. We hot cable.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Lions. And it comes your way next.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Now Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Robertson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Prescott now. He finds his man, complete. It's Robertson.